Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. Cut that AC off, man. It's a little chilly for that. It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 7:50 a.m. Wednesday morning, November the 19th, 2025 year of our Lord. Boy, I bet that doggone that driver, that Toyota Camry is pissed off, man. They like to go 40 mile an hour through this neighborhood, and they got a slowpoke in front of them. Serves them right. But anyway, man, it's 7:50 a.m. Wednesday morning, November the 19th, 2025 year of our Lord. And it's a pretty day. Not as pretty as it was yesterday, but it's a pretty day. There's some cloud cover, not a whole lot though. But it's warm today, man. It's 60 degrees, just a slight breeze. What else? It's gonna be, I think the high today is 81, and it does not feel like the week before Thanksgiving, I can tell you that much. But anyways, guys, I dropped a video this morning. I actually clipped a video together, two videos together yesterday. I need to learn how to edit videos, but I got some footage of me working yesterday, and I need to do better, man. The phone kept falling over, and also I was trying to hold my phone while I was trying to put my blower on too, and that didn't go over too well. So it gets kind of painful to watch at points, but it is kind of like any other of my videos. You know, any of my videos are painful to watch, I would imagine. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna try to get some more footage for y'all today. I'm having fun right now, man. I really am. I've only got 6 on the list today. I had 5 Monday, 6 yesterday, 6 today, and I've got 4 one-off jobs for the rest of the week. Well, I'm sorry. I got 2 recurring customers to take care of that I'll get them done this week. But other than that, I've got 2 one-off jobs to take care of. One's a lawn that needs to be mowed and the bushes need to be trimmed. They just want it done for the last time of the year. And another one is a leaf cleanup. This leaf cleanup is probably going to take me 2.5, 3 hours. A lot of pine straw on the ground, and but a lot of leaves in some pine straw beds, a lot of pine straw on the ground. And somebody asked me one time before, I can't remember who it was, why don't I just blow the pine straw in the pine straw beds? You can't do that, guys. It's 2 different types of pine straw. The kind of pine straw you put in beds is long leaf pine straw, and there's a stark difference, man. You know, loblolly and slash pines, they put out those short needles, and the color on them is not as vibrant as the longleaf pine straw that you buy from your supplier. So yeah, you just can't do that, man. That's the equivalent of blowing trash up into somebody's beds. Well, not trash, but leaves and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, guys, got to get that taken care of. Got a bed clean out and bush trimming coming up this week. But anyway, I mean, it's a short week. You know, it's not a whole lot going on. I'm just embracing it, you know, having a good time out here, waking up in a good mood every day, not killing myself to get everything done. I was going to try to get everything done by yesterday evening because I wanted to go deer hunting today. But then I got to thinking, I said, you know what, man, it's time for me to get back out here and enjoy lawn care again. And that's what I'm doing this week, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm embracing it. I'm enjoying it. I'm trying to fall in love with what I do again. And I am. I'm having a good time out here. Just taking my time, taking it all in, chit-chatting with my customers, all that good stuff. And trying to get y'all some footage. I'm going to try to get y'all some more footage today. Don't know how well that's going to work. My wife told me she's got this tripod thing or whatever it is that I can set my phone up in, and it's one of those sticks that follows you around. It's motion detected, so if you're moving around, the camera will follow you. That seems kind of cool, right? And but she's got one of those she's gonna let me use. I forgot to ask her about it this morning. She had to leave early to be at a meeting at the schoolhouse this morning, so I didn't want to bother her about that. But I'm gonna try to get y'all set up, posted up on a mailbox, or I don't know, something, and get some footage for y'all, and just try to piece some things together, man. But also, my 2 daughters, against my judgment and against my wife's wishes, went and bought 2 blue tick hound dogs. The dogs are adorable, man. They really are. And look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a sucker for a puppy. I really am. And I love dogs. Whether they're hunting dogs or whether they're pets, I love dogs. I just do. And man, I'm mad that they did it, but at the same time, Whew, boy, they brought them dogs in the house, man. I just melted. I did. And but I've been in there playing with them all night last night and all morning this morning. And so I'm leaving the house kind of late this morning. But which is fine, you know. It'll give some of these buses a chance to clear out of here if I have to worry about all that jazz. But I'll post a picture of the dogs in. I'll edit a video or a picture of the dogs in, the puppies, on this on this video. But yeah, man, I'm trying to get some footage for y'all. I'm trying to get this channel to grow some. Trying to do something with this, not necessarily for money or for anything like that, but I like the aspect of being able to communicate with other lawn care providers across the nation. You know, I talked to there's several of them I talked to. There's a guy down in Savannah named George that I talk to from time to time, which I haven't talked to him in about a year now. And there's a guy up in Tennessee named Dalton that I talked to, and a guy down in Perry, Georgia named Buster that I talked to, which y'all know Buster. And but I like the aspect of being able to communicate and talk and chit chat and chop it up with some of you other fellas out there. So I'm gonna try to put out some more videos and get some more content for you guys. Try to get some product reviews. The product reviews aren't gonna come anytime soon. I'll probably do a review on the Walker here before too long, and my thoughts on that. And but there will be products in the future that I will do a review on. I'll try to get some videos of me working on stuff, doing maintenance on stuff, equipment maintenance and things like that. And of course, you know, there'll be your normal truck talk like we're doing right now. And then also I'm going to try to get some footage of me working. Got some landscaping jobs coming up. I know I'm not going to get no footage of that, man, because that's stuff that's going to take all darn day. And I just ain't going to burn my phone down for that. Not until I get a camera, you know what I mean? But anyways, guys, it feels good outside, man. It does. It's 60 degrees. It's kind of warm for this time of year, but with that wind blowing, man, it feels kind of good out here. And but yeah, it's supposed to be rather warm all the way up until Thanksgiving Day. So not much of fall weather that we're having, I guess you could say. But it's all good, man. It could be worse, right? It could be 100 degrees. But hey, man, I hope y'all have had a great week so far. I will get back on here soon. And till the next video, man, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. Holla at y'all. Bye. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt again. I'm gonna try to put together quite a bit of footage today for you guys. Get some stuff put together for you guys. I've already put one clip. I'll see what I can do to try to get everything edited in. But I'm at my first one. I don't know if y'all can see it back there with the sun. Just got done. Well, hold on. That one. I just got everything blown out of the beds the best I could. It's pine straw in the beds. Got everything blown out of the beds. Just got all the off limits areas blown out into the yard and into the woods and everything, so I can get to it with a walker. But I'm fixing to get y'all turned around and get y'all turned on. Give me just a second, guys. the other side. Backyard, folks. I really hope that it's picking everything up for you guys. I don't know how much you can see, but I really want to get some footage for you guys. But see all the leaves back there. About to get all those up too. Blew all that over there into the woods. There's some left in the corner. I ran out of gas in the BR700. I'm gonna fuel it back up as best I can. But I think I'm gonna prop y'all up on. Might use one of those logs right there that are cut. Prop y'all up right there. Give me just a second, guys. That ain't gonna work.
hope you guys could see all that well. Does a pretty good job. I don't know if you saw it or not, but some of these leaves off of this tree right here was falling as I was going over it. But anyway, I'm gonna get that little strip right there, and then I'm gonna dump the hopper. Show y'all dumping the hopper. Things are about to get a little shaky here for a second. Y'all give me just a second. I gotta have both hands for just a minute. I'm gonna try to do it one hand, but if I lose you, just know it's because I had to have both hands. Hold on a second. Oh, I was able to do it with one hand. There's the first pile. You guys saw how many leaves I got up. That's the hopper. It's only about half full. Does a pretty good job, man. Shut that back. Go put this thing up, man. Take a ride with me. I still got to blow that corner out back there. I don't know if y'all can see it. And also got to blow those piles flat. I got a mess right there. Y'all give me a second, folks. grab this 9010 and get everything blown off. Just a second. Y'all come with me, let's get this finished up, guys. Dust off of that back porch and we'll be done. It's my favorite property, man. I love this property. It's where it all started. Very first customer I ever got in my business. drain up under that pine straw. That is all she wrote for this property, guys. Beautiful Bermuda lawn, cut at 3 inches. It doesn't look the best that it normally does because of the hurricane last year. They had a lot of work done back here. You know, you used to not be able to see the other side of that creek bottom, but I want to say it was like 192 trees altogether that they had to have cut down and chopped up, mulched up and everything. And of course they had to come right through the yard to get back there to it, through that gate right there. But yeah, it was bad, and because of that there is no big drop. There wasn't a big drop last year, and there's not a big drop yet this year. These trees right here, you know, they just gradually drop. But, and if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the crepe myrtles, they're done dropping. I'll probably get those pruned back 2, maybe 3 weeks right here. I blew the beds out the best I could with the BR700, and that old maple tree right over there is done. This dropped all its leaves. You still got that Jap maple right there though. But yeah, I don't know how you guys are, but I really don't like putting out pine straw before the leaves drop. But that's what the customer wanted. They had a party on October the 18th, and they wanted the pine straw down before then. Hold on just a second, guys, while I take this blower off. Alright, give me just a second. Let me get inside the truck, get crunked up and everything. I got one more in this neighborhood, so. Alright, let's see. This video is 39 minutes long. Of course, you know, it took a little extra time because I'm recording and trying to get set up, and I'm not used to doing all that yet. But I've actually been here since about, I don't know, about 8:30, 8:35. I blew the beds out, blew the road off, blew the driveway and all the off limits areas. You know, I call it off limits, you know, places that you're not going to put a mower. I'm not going to put a walker in all those sand areas. A lot of roots right there, and plus all that sand, it'll wear your blower fan out, man. But you know, I got one more in this neighborhood. I won't record that one. You know, I need to try to make up a little bit of time. I might record 1 or 2 more today. I've only got 6 on the list, so I'm gonna try to get half of them recorded for y'all, get some footage for y'all. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, like I said, I spent probably, I don't know, 15-20 minutes blowing out the beds, blowing out the driveways, sidewalks, and road and the off limits area. Before I cut y'all on, and I should have had y'all recorded for that. But if you guys got a better way to blow out pine straw beds to get leaves out of pine straw, let me know. The way I do it, man, you know, I've got the BR700 and it's got the adjustable blower tube on there. I pull that thing all the way back, and I stand back in that bed as far as I can, and just kind of blow it across the top And sometimes I don't even match the trigger because I'm scared I'm going to blow pine straw out of the bed. But I don't use a whole lot of air pressure when I'm trying to blow those beds out. But just wondering how you guys do it, man. I mean, I'm getting most of the ooh, that's a nice grill. Two nice grills, two Rectech grills. But I'm getting most of the stuff out of the beds, but I'd like to be able to get it all out of the beds, guys. These oh wow, they're going to my customer's house. I don't know if y'all saw it back there or not, but they got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 big grills back there. 2 Rectechs back there, and then they got 2 more Rectechs right there on the back of this truck that just pulled up. But the man that lives in this house, he's a police officer in Lincoln County, Georgia. Awesome dude, man, he really is. And I'm gonna tell you right now, he's one of the best cooks I've ever met in my life. The only other dude that can cook as good as him is my father-in-law, and I got an uncle that can cook that good too. But it's just good old-fashioned Southern home-cooked food, man. The kind of stuff that'll kill you, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of food I like. But yeah, man. If y'all have a better way to blow stuff out of pine straw, let me know, man, because I'd like to get all of the leaves out of it. You know, when I'm trimming bushes, if it's a straw bed, I don't put nothing down. I don't use a tarp or a painter sheet or anything like that. I know a lot of you guys do, and a lot of you guys frown on us that don't. But the customer's not going to pay me for the amount of time that it takes to blow that stuff out and then remove it, because these customers around here, they don't want stuff mulched in. They want it removed. You've got a handful that don't mind you mulching it in, but the rest of them want it removed, period. And nobody's going to pay me. I've tried and tried and tried, but nobody wants to pay me the amount of time that it takes to put a tarp down, move it around, all that good stuff. So I blow what I can out. The rest of it stays in there, and it just decomposes. It turns brown, same color as the pine straw anyway, and you can't hardly see it. And over a period of time, you know, I try to make it a point to kind of blow it back up into beds a little bit further. That way you can't really notice it. And another thing I do with the pine straw beds is I try to roll them before, you know, I'll freshen up that tuck on each one of those beds before I crank a mower up. That way, if there's any stray pieces of straw, I can either mulch them up or suck them up. But I forgot to on that French drain, and that's what I was yelling at y'all about back there in the back. That was a French drain in the backyard that's covered up with pine straw. I don't know if y'all could hear me or not, but the company that put that French drain in, they told her she had to have some kind of ground cover to keep it from filling up with dirt, and if not, it would void the warranty. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. If you put enough gravel in there, you know, when you put sod over it, it's gonna have dirt in it. And so I think I probably would have went with a different company, but it's not my money spent. But hey, either way, they're fixing to have a whole lot of landscaping done in that property. A lot of those bushes are getting torn out and replaced with sod. Before I decided to get my feet wet with that kind of work, they had already signed a contract with another company to do all that stuff with. So she can't get out of it. You know, I'm not going to be the one doing that work, but she's definitely going to keep me on to keep the property maintained. And she's always recommended me. She's a great customer, her and her husband. They are great customers, great people. And it's one of those customers, man, that, you know, they send you a $100 gift card or $100 cash in the mail every year for Christmas. They'll send you home with food on the week of Thanksgiving, New Year's, things like that. 4th of July, they'll send you home. They sent us home with a whole brisket that they smoked one time. And you know how expensive that is. But just great people, man. They really are. And also, it's the very first customer I ever had in my business. The first person that's ever taken a chance on me. And I'm not going to lie, guys. When I first started, I was horrible at this. And took forever. Quality wasn't really my concern. I was just worried about getting the grass cut. And then I started focusing on quality. Should have done it the other way around. Should have focused on quality first and then quantity. But regardless of the fact, they took a chance on me. They've never complained about anything, and they also get every single service that I offer. I do her pine straw, I mow her grass, I trim all of her bushes, I do her leaf cleanups, I do her crepe myrtles, tree pruning when it needs it,
whatever it may be, I'm the guy she calls. And there has been other things that she has called me for that I've done and made extra money on as well. But she's my highest paying customer. She's my best customer. And she was my first customer. So these are one of those that you just go out of your way for to make sure you keep these folks happy. Which it's not hard to do, but still you want to try your best. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna cut y'all off for a little bit. I'm gonna try to get another 1 or 2 properties done before I cut y'all back on. And then I'll see y'all in a little bit. Y'all be blessed out there. Hey, what's up, guys? Matt back on here. Just got done with number 2. It's 10:39. I made up a little bit of time there. It wasn't much. I had to crap, I just missed my turn. This customer I just got done with, he's a fairly new customer in the same neighborhood as the first one, the one that I showed y'all. I don't know why, but every time I leave that guy's house, man, I forget that I have to turn left right there. So it's all good. This goes around in a circle. I just come back up, come back around. And but anyways, man, I wanted to hop on here. I think what I'm gonna do, I've got 4 left today. I've got 2 that are side by side. I'm gonna go ahead and get those. Those are gonna be my next 2. And then after those 2, well, wait a minute. No, I've got 1 that's a single property by itself. I'm gonna work it. I'll knock it out. There's not really nothing to show there. You know, it's just a basic property. They don't have a whole lot of leaves at all, ever. But they do have some, so I'm gonna run the walker over it, blow the beds out, run the walker over it. And I may have to wind up trimming their bushes, but we'll see. It shouldn't be, man. For some reason, them doggone bushes, they grow year round, which I'm not complaining about. I mean, this work keeps me busy in the winter. And but there really isn't a whole lot to show there. And the next 2 after that are you got 1, and then there's a house in between it and the other one. There's 2 houses with a house in between. And instead of me moving the phone around over and over and over trying to show y'all and get footage for y'all, I'm just gonna skip the next 3 and then I'll show y'all the last one. So I'm gonna wind up showing you 2 properties today. But anyways, guys, that last one that I got to do, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's got a lot of leaves in the beds. Not that there are a lot of leaves, it's just this is a very small yard and she has a very big maple tree, and it dropped. You know, the big drop for that tree happened, and dang, I don't think there's any leaves left on that tree, man. And pretty sure all the leaves are sitting in her pine straw bed, but it's all good. We'll get footage of that one. But anyways, man, I want to ask y'all a question real quick. You know, a lady emailed me yesterday. I might have told y'all in the last video that I put out, but a lady emailed me yesterday. She wants sod in the front yard, and but she needs it done fairly quickly before her kids move in. I want y'all's opinion on this. I want the job. I do want the job, but at the same time, I'm apprehensive about it, or not. Well, yeah, I'm apprehensive about it, and I'm kind of hesitant on it. I'm gonna go, if I have time today, I'm gonna go measure the front yard and get the quotes and everything done. But the only help I have right now is my 2 kids, and that'll be next week. And, you know, of course, they're not going to be running equipment, and they're not going to be laying sod. I'll teach them how to lay sod, but they're not going to be laying the sod. They will be toting sod. And they want to help and make money, so I don't mind letting them help me out with that, because I'm going to need help anyway. But I'm just curious, man, would you guys pass this up? And the reason I'm asking that is because this is an entire front yard. I know how to do it. It's been a long time since I've done it, but I do know how to do it. Do you recommend that if I do take it on, that I get a seasoned landscaper to help me and I pay him whatever he's wishing? Or either I pass the job to him and let him bid on it and ask him if I can help him. That way I can get better acquainted with this stuff and get my feet wet a little better. But and I'm only asking that because it's somebody's entire front yard, and I'm kind of not scared, but scared. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to say, but I'd like y'all's opinion on that. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm definitely gonna go measure it today if I have time. It looks like it's gonna rain, man. It's not supposed to, but
looks like it is. But anyways, guys, man, I hope y'all are having a great week. And I don't know if y'all have watched any of it, man, but Ray Ray's landscaping, man, he's at it again with that guy at Jay's Mowing. Do y'all watch Ray Ray, man? I watch Ray Ray. I watch him. Watch Green Acres. I watch quite a few of them. Buster Davis down at New Hope Cuts. Watch Russell up there at Gwinnett Lawns. I try to stay away from those bigger channels like Keith Kalfas, because I don't know what to think about that guy. And don't really have a problem with Brian's lawn maintenance, but he's done turned into more of a numbers guy. And I'm trying, that doesn't really suit what I'm looking for. I guess is what I'm trying to say. But it's not really the kind of videos that I'm out looking for. I'm really looking for videos to try to learn about how to do things. You get what I'm saying? Not as far as numbers go. But anyway, that guy Ray Ray, he's at it with that boy Jay again, that young boy. I don't know where the hell he's from. He's definitely not from here in Georgia. But man, that goes back to what I'm telling y'all. Just be careful what you watch on YouTube. Every YouTuber is not a good YouTuber to watch or to try to take after or be a part of or anything like that. That guy Jay, to be quite honest, man, he doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground, and I say that there is no respectful way you can say it, but it's the truth. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He hasn't been in the business long. I haven't been in the business long. I'm still learning. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. But now, who knows? When it comes to pressure washing, he may be an absolute genius when it comes to pressure washing, and he may have it figured out in that business, and he may be making $1 million a year in that business. I don't know. But when it comes to lawn care, man, he needs to, Jay, if you see this, man, no disrespect, but you kind of need to stay in your lane, man. And that's just my thoughts on it. Wow, she does have a little bit of leaves on the lawn, but it's all good. We'll get it knocked out. But anyways, man, that just goes back to what I'm telling you. Be careful who you watch on YouTube, man, because a lot of people are just out there for clicks, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And sometimes they may know what they're talking about, but what they are talking about doesn't work for you. It only works for them. But anyways, guys, I think I may get y'all turned around here in just a second once I get everything situated. I may go ahead and get some footage on this lawn, man, because yeah, quite a bit of leaves on this one. But I say quite a bit. It's more than what it normally is. But anyways, guys, I'll turn y'all back on in just a second. Y'all be blessed. Let me show y'all this property real quick, guys. It's a fairly small property. It's actually smaller than my yard, and I live on a property that's somewhere between an 1/8 and a 1/4 acre. But it's a real small property. Shouldn't take long at all. But I'm just gonna hold y'all in my hand while I blow everything off of the fence line and out where I can get it with the walker. But yeah. If you look up here, this tree right here is finally starting to drop, and that one too, but finally starting to drop. Got some leaves on the ground over here. Got to get all that blown to where I can get to it, get the road blown off, get the driveway, sidewalks, and the front porch, beds and everything blown out. It shouldn't take long. Shouldn't take long, guys. But give me just a second. I gotta fuel this blower up. Forgot to fill up the steel blower this morning. I ran out of gas on that first property, so go ahead and fill it up now. That should be good enough for the rest of the day. It's not quite full, but here lately I've been Oh, Lord. I need to quit messing around and hook this back inside that little channel right in there. Anyway, get in there. Get this thing crunked, you know. Old Betsy. That's what I like to see, guys. First pull. Whoa, 6 years old. 6 years old, first pull every time. Y'all come with me, guys. Kind of pointless. Alright, the wind's blowing this way. As you can see, guys, I hope y'all can hear me well, but as you can see, the grass is dormant, so there is no edging or weed eating going on. Just strictly blowing leaves and mulching them up or sucking them up, one of the two. Good thing about having that walker is a lot of the residual that you see on the concrete out there will come up with the walker. It'll vacuum it up. Try to get as much as I can off before I start, but it is what it is, man. Can't be spending no 3 or 4 hours on somebody's property. About time for them to get some more mulch. Put 2 yards in last year. It's the first time they ever got mulch. For me, anyway. They were doing it on their own. But as soon as the leaves are done falling, I'll talk to her, reach out to her, see if she wants more. What I say, guys, you gotta upsell stuff. Get stuff out off of this wall. These are some pretty good customers here, man. Kind of funny. This guy's military. Really cool guy.
Got me wild, baby. You got me crazy. You got me
All right, guys. We'll put this blower up, and they do have a place I can dump too. So hold on just a second, guys. what I was saying is they do have a place I can dump, so I'll show you that before we leave. But anyway, I'm gonna get you guys set up real quick, and I'll get the walker off of the truck and do the best I can, guys. So please just bear with me. That didn't work too good. I'll tell you what, I'll set you up over here. Do the best I can with this. Right, let's go to work. That ain't good. I'll show you another reason why I need to get a new trailer, guys. This is the third time this has happened to me this year. This is a pain in the ass. This is about to be fun. I'll cut y'all back on in a minute. All right, guys, let's try this again. guys, got all these leaves up. All those over there. You can't see them from here. I don't know if y'all could hear me or not. I'm walking to the backyard now. I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all set up back here, and then I'll go ahead and bring the mower around. Hold tight, guys. Hold tight. A lot of dust, guys, a lot of dust. I really need to start wearing a mask, man. As you can see, this is where I always dump. Grab the handle. Lift up. Voila. A lot of times it just shuts itself. Check, make sure everything came out. Yep, all good. As you can see, guys, the leaves are steady falling. Y'all saw me get all those leaves up, and if you look, there's more steadily falling out of this tree right here, guys. Anyway, give me just a second. As you can see, guys, the leaves have still been falling as I was working. I don't know how you guys are, but I'll be damned. I am not about to go over this twice because leaves were falling as I was working. Got this wrecker right here. I hope they get out the way. Oh man, it's my neighbor's golf cart. Hey guys, I don't know how much of this footage y'all can see. I'm gonna take a look at it before I piece it all together this evening and try to get y'all on. I know this is gonna be a long video, guys. It really is. It's just footage of me working several properties today, probably 3, you know. It's 11:44 right now. I had an issue on this property right here when I was I'll go ahead and pull to the next property real quick while I'm talking to y'all. But while I was working this property here, you know, it wasn't a problem with the property. It was just when I got ready to get the walker off of the trailer, it went haywire on me, man. The ramp gate on the trailer fell off. That's the 3rd time this has happened this season, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when you're trying to get that on by yourself, there's no telling how long it can take you. It can take you 5 minutes. It can take you an hour and 5 minutes. That's just one of those things. But I tried for about 15 minutes and then I thought about it. You know what? My daughter's home. I'm in my neighborhood. My oldest daughter, I called her. She came down there. She helped me. Literally takes 5 seconds to put the thing back on there if you have 2 people. And so that's another reason why I need to get another trailer, man, because these open trailers, you can have issues if you're a solo operator. And also that could be dangerous, man. I was halfway off with the walker and luckily I was able to drag the deck back up on the trailer before I got the drive tires off on the ramp gate and it decided to fall. And I don't know what I did. I mean, it's my fault. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. But I'm sure I probably bumped something and knocked the thing loose. But anyways, guys, that's property number 3 for today. What do you guys do, man? Do y'all go over the properties again if the leaves continue to fall out of the tree while you're there, or do you just go over it one and done? And I've always been the guy that does it one time and one time only. I know my mom, she has a landscaper. He'll go over that thing 2 or 3 times if he's got to. He wants it to look good when he leaves. There ain't nothing wrong with that, man, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be there all day. Ooh boy, that thing right there is covered in leaves. This one ain't that bad, but that one there, ooh boy. But anyway, my mom's landscaper, he he wants that property looking spick and span before he leaves, so he'll go over it 2 or 3 times, as many times it takes to make sure he gets all the leaves up. But yeah, man, let me show y'all this property real quick. I may wind up getting footage of every property I got today. That one back there is not bad. It does have some leaves that need to be gotten up, but I'm gonna turn y'all around real quick, guys. Can y'all see that? You can't even see the grass. It looks like that entire tree right there had its big drop over the past 2 weeks. So no worries. Hey, no worries at all. It ain't nothing the walker can't handle. I usually mow that on 2 inches. I'll jack that thing up to 2.5 inches and I'll suck every bit of it up. Then I'll go over the backyard and mulch up all the pine straw that's back there, because I'm sure y'all can see there's pine trees back there. But anyways, I used to have the property I'm working next. I got this one and I got this one right here. I used to have that one right there, but that lady decided she was going to let her boyfriend take it over. And I don't know if they split up or what, but he hadn't mowed it in a while, and he hadn't trimmed them bushes in a while either. But it's all good. I mean, we parted ways on good terms. It wasn't nothing I did. And if she calls me back, I'll gladly take her on, man. But hey, man, hope y'all are having a great day out there. I'll cut y'all back on soon enough. Peace. don't know how I missed all this paper with my eyes instead of running it over like an idiot. I've already done the backyard, guys. Just a bunch of trash pine straw to mulch up. But this front yard's done. I got the leaves out of that bed the best that I could, man. All that pine straw. Started blowing pine straw out of the bed with it, but I did the best I could, man. That's why I always say don't put pine straw down until after the leaves are fell. But here's what it is. On to the next. From what it was. Walker does a good job getting the leaves. All right, let's go to work. That's how you make it work when you just got a 10-foot trailer, guys. Just a second, let me get this mower on here. I forgot to dump the hopper, guys. Loaded this thing up for no reason. I've got to have this mower on the next property, so the hopper's definitely got to get dumped. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back on here again. I'm at my last one. I'm not gonna get any footage of this one right here. I said I was gonna get footage of 3 properties. I don't know how much of the footage you guys can see when I'm mowing the properties or when I'm getting the leaves up on the properties. I'm hoping you can see all of it. I won't know until later on when I get home and put these videos together. But I'm gonna knock this one out. But before I do, I am gonna walk you around the property and show you some things of why I charge what I charge. A lot of people, you know, I was talking to Buster Davis a few minutes ago. Well, I say a few minutes ago. It was probably around 1 o'clock. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna crank this truck up. It's getting hot. The sun's beating down on the truck, and it's 80-something degrees outside, and I can't deal with stagnant air. But I need to start wearing a mask. I got a face full of crap right now. I need to start wearing one of them gator masks at least. But I probably will this coming up here, except for those 100-degree days. I just have to suck it up on them 100-degree days. No pun intended. But anyways, guys, a lot of people think that I'm out here making $100 per cut on a property like that right there. That's not the case, guys. I am charging a lot, but what a lot of you aren't realizing is there's several things that come into play here. I'm making an average of about $85 to $90 every time I mow, but I'm gonna tell you why. There's several things that come into play here. There's three main things. Okay, one, I live in a very populated area that is oversaturated with landscapers, and every last one of us are on the same page with each other. All of the legitimate landscapers, we're all on the same page. We're all charging within a couple of dollars of each other. Okay, so if these homeowners, if they say, man, that's ridiculous, I'm gonna call somebody else, that's fine. If they call a legitimate company, they're charging the same thing I'm charging. They may save $1 or $2 per mow, but it's not much, simply put. And now the cost of living in my area isn't cheap. It isn't. I live in a high-end area. Okay, that's the second thing I'm getting at. I live in a high-end area, a lot of HOA neighborhoods. A lot of these things, the neighborhood that I'm showing you today, a lot of the properties that I'm showing you today, you'll probably never see me mow a beautiful, an absolutely gorgeous, manicured property, just because of the simple fact these customers don't want you on their properties filming. But there might be a handful I may be able to get you some footage on. But anyway, enough of that. The second reason, I live in a high-end area. A lot of these places, their stuff has to be on point. Okay, it has to be perfect. There's a lot of subdivisions around here. If something is out of place, their HOA will bust them down. Okay, and then when their HOA cracks down on the customer or on the homeowner calls the lawn care company and is like, hey man, you've got to do better next time. Okay, I don't like getting phone calls like that. Nobody likes getting phone calls like that. It happens, but we try not to let that happen. Okay, the third reason is, this kind of ties into the second reason. A lot of these HOAs in my area require the lawns to be bagged. They want the lawns to be bagged, no clippings at all. We can sit here and fuss till we're blue in the face about whether mulching a property up is just as good as bagging. I get it. I do. I'd rather mulch everything. If I had it my way, I would mulch everything. There are some circumstances where something needs to be bagged, but more times than not, you can get away with it with mulching. But the reality is, the area that I live in, these HOAs require these homeowners to bag their lawn clippings. Simple as that. And I could tell the customer all I want. It's better for you if you mulch it up and let it fall back into the lawn. I can tell the customer that all I want. But these customers are not trying to get fines and tickets and letters from their HOA. Okay? So if you're not bagging in my area, you're not making any money. Simple as that. You're not going to have enough customers to stay in business. And yes, I just bought the walker this year, but before I bought that walker, I was still bagging properties, whether I was using a grass catcher, a grass gobbler, or a push mower with a bagger on it. I've been bagging the whole time I've been in business. I bag more lawns than I do mulch. Simply put, that's why the average that the price that I get is what it is. No, I'm not charging $100 for a quarter-acre lot or an eighth of an acre lot. I'm not. Simply put, I'm not. My average is $200 a month, or my minimum is $200 a month for these customers. But what a lot of you guys don't realize is there's a lot of things that they're getting for that $200 a month. It's not just lawn mowing, okay? They're getting their bushes trimmed. They're never having to worry about their bushes, whether they're trimmed or not, okay? They don't have to worry about calling me when they need a leaf cleanup. They're paying for a certain amount of services. They're paying for 23 services over a course of 12 years if you're a bi-weekly property. Bi-weekly from March through November. After November, December, January, and February, they get one service every month, okay? And they get one service a month in the winter, even if they're a weekly customer. But we go weekly on on weekly customers, we do bi-weekly for March. We do bi-weekly in November. We do bi-weekly in October. But April through September, these loans are weekly, okay? I don't have many weekly customers. I have some, but I don't have many. But in the wintertime, they're still getting their once a month service. These customers that are paying me year round, they do not have to worry about anything on their property. If it grows, I maintain it. I'm pruning their trees, their crepe myrtles. I'm pruning those back in the wintertime. Your pampas, your pampas grass, your fountain grass, your silver grass, all of your ornamental grasses, it's all getting pruned back in the wintertime. Your leaves, they're all getting cleaned up. As I'm mowing, I'm also getting leaves up, either mulching them up or bagging them up. These HOAs that don't want the grass clippings mulched up, they also don't want the leaves mulched up. They want them bagged. Simple as that. So these customers that are paying me year round, they're either getting their leaves mulched up or bagged up every other time I come out, if there's leaves on the property. Same with pine straw. What else is it? All of that stuff, guys. Ornamental trees, you know, if they have an oak tree in their yard that needs to be lifted up, the canopy needs to be lifted so sunlight can get to the ground. That's included in the price. All of that is included in the price. So, no, I'm not getting $100 per cut on these small properties, okay? Yes, I'm making a lot of money cutting grass or doing lawn care, lawn maintenance. I am making good money doing this. But, like I said, I live in a very high-end area. I live in an oversaturated area where everybody is on the same page with each other. All these landscapers around here are charging in a ballpark of $1 or $2 of the same thing that I'm charging. So, and everybody's pretty much doing the same thing. The only people that aren't charging what I'm charging is your Chucks out there, your Chucks in the truck. You got your guys out there that are charging $30, $40, $50. But at the same time, the customers, it doesn't take long for the customers to drop that guy because he's not bagging, okay? He's not, a lot of times he's not blowing off and he's not edging. And a lot of times they have to call him and say, hey, I need my grass cut, man, where you at? Guys like me, legitimate lawn care companies, people that do this for a living, that depend on this to put food on their table, you don't have to call us and look for us. Simple as that. That's why we charge what we charge. You may be saying to yourself, what the hell makes you think that you deserve $100,000 a year salary? All you're doing is cutting grass and doing yard work. That's fine. I had that same mentality before I started my business. Now, I didn't disrespect the guys that were out here doing this. I still had respect for them. But what I did not realize is, and what a lot of you don't realize is, we are real business owners. It may not seem like it. We may not carry ourselves like it a lot of times. And when you see us out here in the market, we may be filthy, we may be grimy, we may be covered in dirt, dust, mud, soaking wet with rain. We may not be wearing our three-piece suits or our collar shirts, but we are still business owners. We are running legitimate businesses. We have insurance. A lot of us have bond insurance. We are licensed. And we do a good job, guys. You get what you pay for. So, I'm not sitting here telling you that you can get $200 a month on a year-round property. But at the same time, you never know until you try. Okay? That's all I'm saying. You never know until you try. If you get to a point where you realize you're not making enough to make ends meet, try going up on your prices, man. If you see that you need, you know, I feel like you should have an hourly rate of a minimum of $60 per man hour in lawn care. Simply put, gas ain't cheap, oil ain't cheap, equipment ain't cheap, nothing is cheap anymore. So you should be charging a minimum of $60 an hour. That's my input. I know every area is different, and I could be wrong. I don't know how you could charge less than $60 per man hour. I'm giving my business a raise this year. We're charging $75 per man hour this year, that come 2026. There's people out there that are charging $100 per man hour. Every area is different. But if you're not making enough money to make ends meet, if you can look at your customers and see you're not making enough on that job to mow that lawn, if you're charging them $60 and it's taking you an hour to do, or it's taking you an hour and a half to do, go up on your price, man. I'm not sitting here telling you to go up across the board, but you got to be making large profit margins. Simple as that. It's not about how much you're making. It's about how much you're keeping. Simply put. Yes, I'm charging a lot of money every month to do what I do, but I'm also doing a lot. I have a lot of overhead. For a lawn care company, there is overhead. Now, I'm on the lucky end of things. I have somewhere I can dump leaves and lawn care clippings for absolutely nothing, for free. But I still got to drive 20 to 25 minutes 2 or 3 times a week to go dump this stuff. It's costing me my gas and it's costing me my time to do it, okay? Now, there was a dump here last year. They got shut down by the EPA. They got shut down. I don't know why, but they got shut down. They were charging $20. I can't remember the exact price. I want to say it was $20 to $28. $28 sounds right, but I'm not sure if that is. But they were charging around $28 a ton. Or I'm sorry, $28 a ton to dump organic material. Now, you think about how much grass clippings or how much leaves or how many limbs it takes to make a ton. Yeah, we were all using it. All of us were. And I think that's why they got shut down by the EPA. I don't think it was decomposing fast enough for the amount of material they were accepting. But they got shut down. There's 2 other places in my area that's within 35 minutes of me. One's within about 20 minutes of me. It's pretty close to the mall. There's a tree company, a tree service around here that owns a lot. And he burns everything, all organic material. But his price is high. He charges $90 a yard. And I dump everything in the bed of my truck. The bed of my truck holds anywhere between 2.5 to 3 yards on a good day, okay? You think about how much money that is if I have to go dump 2 or 3 times a week. That's a lot of money. Somebody's got to pay for that. I'm not paying for that out of my pocket. That goes to the customer, okay? There's another company out there. They charge $50 a ton, but you're going to get stuck every single time you go in there. There's a tractor that follows you in and follows you out to pull you out because they know you're going to get stuck. No matter what you drive, you're getting stuck. So I ain't going there. You're risking tearing your truck up and you're having to pay money too. So I'm lucky. I have somewhere I can dump it on my mother-in-law's property. And there's other people in my area that have places they can dump. But we're not going to trash the market. We're not going to make it tough on the other landscapers out here and charge less than the next guy just because we don't have the same overhead as they do. We're all within the same ballpark as each other. The green industry in my area is tight and we look out for one another. But yeah, guys, I'm not making $100 a yard to cut grass. A lot of people think that. I don't know why you think that. I've went over it before, what all I'm getting at. And I was going to walk around this property and show you what all I do, but there's tons of things you can do, guys. It's not just cutting grass. If all you're doing is cutting grass, guys, I feel bad for you because you're not going to last long. Simple as that. You've got a lot. There's a lot of money to be made on every property. You got, if you live in if you're servicing a bunch of subdivisions, chances are they have irrigation. You can offer irrigation repair, whether it be sprinkler heads or entire system. You can winterize that stuff. That's a service you can offer. Okay. We don't winterize anything here in Augusta, Georgia because it just simply doesn't get cold enough, but we do cut the irrigation off. You can offer irrigation setup, irrigation turn off, irrigation winterization, irrigation repair, all that stuff. When it comes to irrigation, there's a whole plethora of service you can offer, okay? That's a business within itself, irrigation. Of course, you got lawn mowing. You got bush trimming. You got leaf removal and leaf cleanup. I don't consider leaf cleanup and leaf removal the same thing. You can remove leaves or you can simply mulch leaves. Mulch leaves is what I'd rather do, but I don't have that option all the time. What else? You can prune trees back. All your ornamental trees. Any kind of your box elders, your japs, your reds, your whole line of maples that come in, your sawtooth oaks, your pin oaks. You can prune those back or lift the canopies up, man. Crepe myrtles. Knuckle those things back every year, man. Who cares what people got to say about the crepe myrtle? Look, you trying to put food on your table and you trying to please your customers. Don't worry about what everybody else on YouTube is telling you that you shouldn't be doing. Do what you got to do to make your money. You can prune rose bushes back, along with trimming their shrubs. Elephant ears, Mexican petunias, all of that stuff. There's so much stuff on these properties that's got to be done, guys. Pine straw installation, mulch installation, decorative stone, all that stuff. Not to mention the fact that lawn care is actually a gateway into other things like landscaping, sod installation, bed upgrades, all that stuff, guys. French drains. Hey, man, I hope what I'm telling you right now is clicking, and I hope you get it out of your head that I'm making $100 a cut, because I'm not. I do have some properties that I charge well over $100 for, but it's because of the amount of time it takes me to do it. It's not because I feel like I deserve $100 to cut somebody's grass when it's only going to take me 15 or 20 minutes to do. That ain't happening. But hey, look, I was going to walk y'all around this property. I'm not. I'm just going to go ahead and get this knocked out. I'm ready to be home. Whenever I do get to the house, I'm going to put together this video. I might hop back on here one more time today. I don't know. But it's not going to be any more footage. And, but I'll put this out. I don't know if I'm going to include everything. If I do, I do. I'm sorry. I know it's going to be a very long video. But it is what it is, man. People fuss at me for not having footage on my channel. But anyways, hey, guys. Y'all be blessed out there. Hey, what's up, guys? I was mowing, or I was getting leaves up in this one back over here. You can see the garage door. And while I was finishing up, the guy that lives right here, they just moved in. It is a rental property, but he just moved in, and he walked over and asked me for a quote. He said he is not worried about anything except for keeping the grass mowed and the leaves up. He said they have a hedge trimmer, and he's very particular about bushes, so he will take care of the bushes himself. And I gave him a quote of $70 per service for bi-weekly service, and that goes from the beginning of March through the end of November. And said my minimum was going to be $80, but that includes trimming bushes too. There's only 3 bushes there, but I'm sorry, 4 or 5 bushes, but I can't justify charging somebody $80 on something when all it is mowing that little bitty yard, which is not a super small yard, but it's got a pretty good sized backyard. But yeah, man, do a good job always, man, and it will pay off for you. But I'll cut y'all back on in a few minutes. Deuces. All right, guys, I'm back at the house. It's 3:05 p.m. Only had 6 on the list today. Like I said, I'm this neighborhood right here, whether I have 5 or whether I have 10, I'm normally done around 2 o'clock. And a lot of that attributes to everybody in this neighborhood knows me. I live here. I'm friends with everybody around here. I have zero problem out of any of my neighbors, man. I love my neighbors, all of them. And but yeah, on a typical day, if I only have 6 properties, I would normally be done around 12:30, 1 o'clock. But this ain't a typical day, man. This is really my first time trying to get footage. I got some footage yesterday on one property, but this is the first time that I've actually recorded me doing any kind of work on a big scale like that, an all-day affair on every property. So, and I'm doing it right now because it's slow. Like I said, I only had 6 properties today. I want to see if this is something that I'm going to like doing, recording footage. and before I go out and spend money on a GoPro. And it's like I've told several people before, I'm not buying anything until after the new year. You know, cameras, tripods, chest rigs, headbands, all that. I ain't buying nothing until after Christmas. I don't want to spend any more money this year. So, but yeah, that took about, I don't know, I ain't even gonna try to guess how much time that took out of the day trying to get everything right so I could get footage for you guys. But nonetheless, got some footage. Don't know if you can see that good any of it. I hope you can see everything. And I didn't record every yard. I think there was 2 of them that I didn't record. I was only going to do 3, but I wound up doing 4. And the reason being is because 2 of them were, there was quite a bit of leaf litter in the front. And I didn't record the backs on those because those backyards are atrocious. They ain't no help for them backyards. And the reason being is because they got, both properties, they got big dogs. They are good about getting the dog mess up before I show up and all the dog toys and everything. But they, when I reached out to them last night, asked them if it was okay for me to record their properties, they said yes, but please do not show my backyard. And I gotta respect that, guys. So, but yeah, and that's something that I do. I've heard horror stories on other YouTube channels of people losing customers because they were recording on the property. I've heard of people being sued because they were recording on properties. So I didn't want to take no chances. I asked a guy yesterday if I could record before I started, and he was good with it. Everybody today, I asked if I could record. Everybody was good with it. Didn't show everybody's stuff today, but yeah. So that's something I'll be trying to do moving forward. I do kind of like it. And today was a peaceful day, man. It's been peaceful all week. It really has. I had 5 Monday, 6 yesterday, and 6 today. And I just kind of stretched them out. You know, I've got 5 days to do, let's see, 5, 6, 6, that's 17, 18, 19. I've got 5 days to do 21 properties, or well, 18 mowing properties. And if you count the dentist office, that's 18 mowing properties. And then 3, one's a leaf cleanup, one is a mow, and the other one is no telling what that guy's gonna want. So, but yeah, got 5 days to do all that, and I figured, you know, there's no need killing myself trying to get it all done when I've got 5 days. I've actually got 6 days to do it. No, I don't either, because my boy's got a tournament Saturday, and I'm not missing it. He's on the all-star team for soccer at the rec department, man, and it's the first time he's ever made the all-star team, so I'm not missing it. Even though I don't know a damn thing about soccer, I'm gonna be there for him. But yeah, this is gonna wind up being a long video, probably more than an hour, maybe 2, maybe 3, I don't know. If you guys make it to the end, hey, I really appreciate all of it, I do. And y'all drop me a message down in the box below. Drop me a comment down below and let me know, man. Do y'all like these types of videos? I tried to get footage of me using the walker from my viewpoint, like from the cockpit of the walker, I guess you could call it. Cockpit, driver's seat, whatever you want to call it. And then also tried to get an outsider's point of view of me using the walker. But nonetheless, I wanted to show y'all what the walker could do with leaves. And I don't think I got any footage with the 36 today, but which I think I only mowed 1 property with the 36. Here's what it is, you know. But you guys know about the standards. A lot of people don't know about walkers. They don't know what they're capable of. But I hear a lot of people say you can't use a walker for cleanups. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a lie. Because when you go over them properties with a walker, go over it once or twice, maybe 3 times at the most, you can never tell any leaves are there, man. It sucks everything up. But yeah, y'all let me know if y'all like these types of videos and if y'all would like me to keep doing this moving forward. But hey, man, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna go get cleaned up, get ready to take my boy to ball practice, put a little bit of food in my guts, man. I'm hungry. I hadn't ate nothing today. And I will catch y'all on the next video, man, whenever that may be. I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or next week. Who knows? But hey, y'all keep looking up, man. As bad as it gets, it could always be worse. But Don't know if any of y'all need to hear that or not, but I'm telling you just in case. It can always be worse, man, no matter what you're dealing with right now. So look, man, I'm gonna hop off here to the next video. Y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. Holla at y'all. Bye.